tonight's show is about the Houston two-step and the dance community here. And so we talked about how dance is an integral part of our community, of our culture, of our whole wellness piece. And now we're going to talk about the more technical side of the dance. So Jay, shed some light from an instructor's point of view about the different types of moves and techniques that you share with your students so they can incorporate that into their dance.
Okay. I'm sorry, my man just... yeah, the thing about it is certain things are just dance. Mm-hmm. Proper body alignment has nothing to do with the style. How to properly move in space has nothing to do with a style.
Right.
Turns, spins, things of that nature has nothing to do with a style. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. None of those things have anything to do with a style. It's all about body mechanics, how your body functions. And when you understand how your body functions, it doesn't matter where you apply it.
Okay.
So the dance style doesn't really matter. What happens is whatever dance style you do, you're able to be proficient.
Okay. So Mshina and I are in your beginner's class.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first class, he just had us do the same move to the whole song.
Repetition.
That's right. Repetition. Right. But in my mind, I was like, oh, this is going to be boring. But it really wasn't because it's teaching us the focus. It's teaching me to lead. It's teaching Mshina how to teaching me to follow. Right. Sorry. It's teaching me to follow. No, I got to work on my following.
Right.
That's the purpose of me taking the dance class, is to work on my follow.
Right.
But it's also for me to be able to receive the cues, because that's where Mshina and I struggle. Because I'm like, hey, I need you to give me the cue sooner. Or I need you to squeeze me tighter, or
Right.
And he was like, no, I need you to follow however I'm leading.
Exactly.
Exactly.
See, but the thing about it is, but check this out. When you release, you become sensitive to the communication.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In a relationship, when you have resistance, you know what I'm saying? In a relationship, when you have resistance, you're not sensitive to what your partner is trying to relate. Mm-hmm. But when you release and you become open, now you become sensitive. Now you can flow with your partner. It's the same thing in dance. When you're tense and you're tight, you can't feel what I'm trying to communicate with you, to you. But then when you relax and you release, then I can move, and now you can see and feel, oh, this is what you're trying to do.
Okay.
It's the same principle.
So ladies, if you missed the class, next classes are in February. You can tune into your femininity, on how to follow and not lose yourself, because it's not about losing yourself. No. It's about complementing the choreography, the rhythm of the music, just the whole flow. So what are some of the foundational things that you teach in your beginner's course?
Foundational things is going to be basic steps, things of that nature, because, I teach 10 basic steps. Okay. And I drill those basic steps over and over and over. The purpose of drilling those basic steps over and over and over is so that it becomes second nature. Okay. Once it becomes second nature, then you start playing with it. It's like learning to drive.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When you learn to drive, you're 10 and 2. Once it became second nature, sometimes, you might... You
just be on that 12 o'clock.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or eat with the knee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You breaking it off with the knee because you're trying to do something real quick. But that's what it turns into.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So like you teaching your kids to drive or whatever, they've seen you drive that one leg. It's like, you don't do what I just did.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Put it on a 10 and 2.
10 and 2. Right. So the thing about it is, when I'm dancing, a lot of times they'll see advanced dancers doing things, and it's like, well, why we don't do that? Because you're not there yet.
You're not there yet.
Learn these basic patterns. Mm-hmm. Be patient.
Yes.
Learn these basic patterns, because once you learn the basic patterns.
Mm-hmm. And you say that in the class. Yeah. You tell the women to be patient with the guys.
Right.
You tell the guys to be patient with themselves.
Correct.
And so it is a learning process. So you do have to be patient.
It is. And once you get it, you guys were able to come out and see. Mm-hmm. Just being able to release and being able to just go and do your thing. And that's what we're trying to strive to get.
Yes.
But we got to get past this first.
Yes. We have no desire to be competitive, we like to come because it's like homework, it's like research.
Okay.
It's like, hearing what you're telling the other dancers, something that we can kind of absorb for ourselves and things like that. And it's fun too. Like seeing them do their thing is fun and exciting, and I'm having a blast.
And it's not about everybody competing.
Sure.
Okay.
It's about you fulfilling what you want to do
from the dance.
Because I tell people all the time, the large majority of people when you come to a competition is in the audience.
The large majority, right? It's the audience, not the dancers.
Not the dancers. Most people just want to come and enjoy. I tell people all the time, they're like, well, I don't want to do all that. Well, we need you to. We need you to come support us.
Right.
We need you to come encourage us.
And clap.
Yeah, and clap. So, everybody's not supposed to be out there in front. Yeah. But if you feel that's your thing, hey, come on, let's put in that work.
Right.
If you just want to get proficient and good enough to where you can get out on the floor and look good and do your thing, do that.
Right.
It's not about you have to do this. It's like, what do you want?
Right. Yes. Now, once they finish the introduction, you have the intermediate class.
Yeah.
So tell us about what they can expect from the intermediate class.
Now, intermediate is basically what I'm doing is, okay, now we're going to take these basics that we learned, and now we're going to learn how to play.
So
you know what I'm saying?
The intro class is the basics.
It's basic.
And then the intermediate class is the play.
Yeah, it's playtime. We're going to learn, we're going to teach the fellas how to do little fly stuff. We're going to teach the ladies how to, follow little fly stuff. We've been doing, right now we're doing a series. Actually doing a series, a workshop series.
Workshop series.
For ladies styling.
Ooh.
And basically.
She must be a star pupil.
No, she's one of them. But she's not.
I'm not an instructor.
She's not an instructor.
Okay.
No.
I said pupil.
But
I am a pupil.
Yeah. The star pupil.
Yeah, I'm absorbing as much as I can.
You're supposed to say yes, Jay. That's what you're supposed to say.
Now, I'm absorbing.
Okay.
From those who have been in the game longer than me.
I've produced too many great dancers to single out one.
Okay.
Too many great dancers to single out one. I will
well, then I'm gonna say she's one of your great dancers.
Well,
she's getting there. She's getting there. She's gonna be up there with all the rest of them.
Yes.
And but the thing about it is, like I said, intermediate, you start learning all the little fancy fly stuff, and we started doing the ladies styling class because what's happened is a lot of the ladies have learned the dance and they stay in the fundamental state.
They don't kind of play with it.
Yeah, they don't get to that level. So
why do you think that is? Nervous?
Well, fear of. I think a lot of them are fear of failure. A lot of them are fear of how their partner's going to respond.
I can see that. Okay.
And what I'm trying to do is teach them how and when to do it. And I'm putting them in front of ladies because I'm not teaching the class. I'm just promoting.
Okay.
We did, Shelly was our first instructor. Shelly did the first workshop, and then Latisa did the second. Next month, Letitia will be doing the workshop, and then in December, Jazz will be doing one, and it's all taught by female instructors. I'm supporting.
Yes.
I'm promoting.
Yes.
And what I'm doing is I'm getting guys to come out so that if the issue is, you fearing how guys respond, okay, let me get the guys out so they can learn how to deal with you doing those things.
And create
and being able to
respond.
Responses. Right, exactly. Okay. So that's kind of like my purpose of doing it. Also, International Swing Dance Championships is coming up.
Hey.
And I want to make sure, like with the competition, with these workshops and things, I want to make sure that I'm preparing people that have a desire to compete, because most of the people that we're working with are newer people.
Right.
You have a lot of veterans that's been dancing and they, they ain't worried about that stuff. But a lot of our newer people, I want to make sure that they're prepared and they're prepped and they understand, even with the competition, we were giving them critiques because we want them to understand what the judge is going to be looking at and looking for, because at the competition, judges ain't telling you nothing.
Right.
And this is the one that's New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah, judges ain't telling you nothing. It's like, you know, you can come up to them after the competition if you choose to, but my goal at that was to give them live critique.
Yes.
And be like, hey, work on this, work on that, work on this, you know what I mean? You can improve on this, you can improve on that. Now you have something that you can take back and actually work on to get better, so that when you do go to ISDC, you understand what those judges are looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so you told us about the foundations, intermediate. Do you also do an advanced class, or by the time they finish an intermediate, they just,
usually with advanced, that's more one-on-one type stuff.
Okay, like private lessons.
Right, because, and the reason being, I tried to do an advanced class, but the higher you go, the fewer people you have.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, basic class is going to be full. It's going to be packed.
Yes, because your class is packed. It's like 50 people in that class. Or more.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. But then by the time you get to intermediate, you get a little smaller.
Right.
And then when you start talking about advanced, smaller.
So the private lessons make sense.
Yeah, so you get in more in the private stuff because most people are not trying to go to that level. They just want to
do some social dancing.
Social dancing. And
show out a little bit at the parties.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, they go to a wedding, they want to show out in front of everybody, and, you know, oh, y'all are amazing, you know.
And they don't know no different.
Right, you know, when I first started dancing, I was doing my basics at a party. People were like, oh, y'all go.
Right. We were at my friend's party, and, you know, we fresh into it, and we did our little basics, and we really just trying to get some practice. And I had like 3 or 4 people say, "Oh, y'all look so cute!" And we were like, okay.
Right? Yeah, you know, you let them get out there and they dance or whatever. You know, you look at each other and be like, "Let's go get them."
Yes. So, what about competition for you, Jay? Do you compete, or are you mostly still in instructor mode?
I've competed for long time.
Okay.
Long time.
Are you currently competing?
I think I did my first. Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
But I teach. I mean, I compete in the invitational and the pro-am. Now, the pro-am is just what it says, a professional and an amateur. So basically, what I'll do is I'll compete with a student, and with the pro-am, they don't judge the instructor; they're going to judge your student.
Got it. Okay.
So the pro-am is almost like, how well do you teach?
Okay.
You know,
because if you teaching well, it'll be evident
in your student
performance.
Right.
Okay.
So I look at it as I'm going to bring my students out there, and my students going to compete against your students.
Okay.
Now everybody.
Crush.
Don't say that. I didn't say that, y'all.
I
didn't say that.
Crush.
You know, we practice good sportsmanship.
We do, but we're competitors.
Yeah.
You can crush people with good sportsmanship.
These ladies are very competitive here.
Very.
Very competitive. But no, it's and now there are people that compete in the pro-am that are not necessarily instructors or anything like that. It's just a person may just want to dance with a more advanced dancer,
right? And
be judged in that way. So, and that's perfectly fine as well. But I compete in that, and also I do the invitational.
Okay.
Now the invitational is designed to keep a lot of your top level dancers away from the general public.
All right, got it.
So I'm an instructor competing against somebody that's just been dancing for a couple of years. That's not fair.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they have the invitational. And invitational is basically, I'm inviting you to be over here. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be over here. You're going to be over
upper echelon.
The upper room.
The upper echelon.
No, but I mean, it's fair. It's only fair because I don't think that it's fair that I can compete in the same division that my students competing in.
Right. Because it wouldn't be a fair contest.
And it would really kill the competition.
Right.
Because then people would be like, I'm not
doing that competition.
Right. Like, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. I mean, what am I going to, this dude just taught me that move and he just, no. So, I mean, they have it set up. They have safeguards in place to where it's like, hey, the open division is the open division. The invitational is all those people that you see that's doing all that fly fancies, they're over there.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about competing against them. You got to compete against your peers.
Okay. So in your pro-am, what makes a dancer a pro? Like, what's the qualifications for that?
Oh, that's a good question. I should ask Tina. Oftentimes, I wouldn't. You can put a time on it, but I think it's skill level.
Skill level. Okay.
I think it's skill level because I've seen people in the open division for years, and then my dance partner Cece, she was only in the open for 2 years, and they moved her on into intermediate because her skill was like that.
Got it. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily about how long, but how well.
Got it. That makes sense.
And it's if you've been in the open division, like she won first and everything in the open division for like 2 years. It's like, okay, that's enough. Going over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
It would become redundant. So, but if you're somebody but then she was also a person that worked. At her craft. Right. Yes. You have people that's just kind of casual. They come out, dance every once in a while, they'll compete, and they kind of stay at that same level. So they might be there for years.
Right, makes sense. Again, back to the purpose.
Right.
Like Shabazz said.
Right.
It's all about what their intent is.
Right. So it depends. In my opinion, it depends on your skill level.
So let's talk about the different types of dance.
All right.
So two-step, ballroom, swing out. What else?
You have different. When you hear the term swing, it's an umbrella for partners dances.
Okay.
When you hear urban ballroom, that's an umbrella for partners dancing in the African American community.
Okay.
So depending upon the city that you're in, you'll find a different style. So our styles are primarily based upon the city you're in. So,
but even if they're different styles, will they still have the same fundamentals, or the fundamentals are different as well?
Some of them, yes.
Okay.
Now, when you start talking about body mechanics, it's all the same. Because body mechanics, the way your body functions is the way it functions.
Got it. Okay.
But then when you start talking about the dance style that you apply it to, that's different.
Got it. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So when you're talking about, Chicago, the native dance in Chicago is Chicago step.
Right.
When you start talking about Detroit, the native dance in Detroit is Detroit ballroom.
Right.
When you're talking about
Houston.
Houston. Our native dance is Houston two-step. That's our native dance.
Okay.
It comes from here. So that's what I push. Houston.
Got it.
Now I have nothing against any other cities because I learned those styles too. Dallas Fort Worth, they have their swing. I do Dallas Fort Worth. I do a little Detroit ballroom.
Okay.
I do different styles of dance, but my style from my home is Houston two-step.
Okay, and that's your favorite, I would assume.
Of course, I'm a homer. I'm a homer. Anything Houston, I'm with it.
I know that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's and we have so many different styles, and with the onset of the internet, we've been able to really connect and learn about our different styles of dance in the community. The dance community has gotten so large now because you have different cities connecting and things of that nature. I just got back from a couple of weeks ago. I was in North Carolina teaching up there, and of course we have our Baton Rouge chapter, and then I've taught in different states, different cities, and things of that nature. And like I said, with the internet, it's like we're connecting. So many different cities, so many different states, so many different communities are connecting. Because it's like now we can see what they're doing in Detroit. We can see what they're doing.
That's it.
We can see what they're doing Kansas City swing or Philly bop or all these different styles of dance.
Hey, Philly bop.
DC hand dance. So many different African American styles of dance, and it's like we didn't know about this stuff. So we're constantly with the internet. We're constantly learning more about ourselves, and we're constantly connecting more. And that's the beauty of it right now. I mean, that's kind of like renaissance that's taking place right now. We're just really learning so much about ourselves and different communities, and things that are unique to our community is being found out by other communities, and vice versa.
And they come to partake.
Right, and we're partaking. It's like, let me learn a little of that. Let me get a little of that. Let me get a little, I like what you're doing over there. Let me get a little of that, and it's like it's starting to really make these connections within our African American styles of dance.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you feel about the connection between African American styles of dances and other cultures like the Latino or the?
It's all African American. I'm not gonna say African American. It's all African.
Oh,
it's all African. The rhythms, the beats, the movements, and things of that nature. African.
Yeah, because when they dropped us off all over the world, we just everything.
Yeah. It's African.
Okay.
And the thing about it is,
Because my question is, well, what you gonna say to the naysayers and say it's not African, it's Latino, or it's Mexican, or it's Brazilian, or it's whatever.
Learn your history. Read.
Yeah. See, we're in the middle of the show, so you can hurt people's feelings now. So
yeah. Well, I'm on Facebook Live. They can inbox me. Mm-hmm. We can talk. But the thing about it is, I'm a person of facts.
Yes.
I read. I'll send you to the book. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to argue, come with facts. Come with facts. I'm okay with difference of opinion. I love difference of opinion because what people fail to realize is a difference of opinion is an opportunity to learn.
It is. It really is.
And we miss the opportunities in differences. Mm-hmm. We see differences as
danger.
Combatants. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. That's an opportunity. What do you have to teach me? What can I learn from you? If I'm wrong about something, that's the thing about it. Your ego turns you into a fool.
That's true.
Because your ego won't allow you to receive that gift that person has for you. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
But that's what confidence is. Confidence is I can receive from you.
And see, I would tell you that dancing, learning this, the two-person dance, is a confidence builder.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's the way you have to be feminine in the dance. Mm-hmm. And I can catch myself, sometimes I can be a little mannish. Mm-hmm. And so I have to catch myself. For real. You gotta be honest about who and what you are. Right. So for me, part of the journey is tapping into the femininity. And I tap into it on a lot of other areas, but in terms of a relationship, that's something that I'm developing.
But it's beautiful though. Thing about it is, I think that it's been looked down upon for so long, we've lost the real understanding of the beauty in it.
So you gotta put some respect on it.
You see what I'm saying? Because I get off topic sometimes.
It's all right.
The thing about it is, who's the real? Back in the day when women stayed at home, who was the builders of the foundation of our communities?
The men.
Wrong. Women.
The women?
Yes.
Because we was in the house?
No. See, you're missing it. Who instilled those values in the children that's going to grow up and do all those things?
The mothers. Yeah.
See, as soon as women got out of the household, our society crumbled. And we didn't understand why. Because the thing about it is, what we devalued was the most important part of our society.
That goes back to what Granny said.
And what happens is this. Women are so programmed, men ain't got to say nothing. Women talk about themselves now. Women down themselves for doing that. You a simp, you this, you that, you staying out, you doing what? Staying at home, taking care. Yeah, that's how backwards we are now. The most important job in our community is looked upon.
Raising kids.
It's looked upon.
Like you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, it's looked upon. It's looked down upon, and it's like we're wondering why the fabric of our society is crumbled because you removed the most important piece. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, check this out. Women out working and doing all the stuff men doing and da-da-da-da-da. How's that working for our families?
It's not.
At all.
You see what I'm saying? And it's not about opinion. It's about results. What did you get then? What do you get now?
You got some quality then, And you get some bullshit now.
Exactly.
And your kids had structure.
But the thing about
They
it
had
is,
some discipline. They had guidance.
But
they
now-
also have no time to invest in them because
Right.
mom and dad is busy.
right. But now but understand, now it's about what do you call it? The feel good phrases. You know what I'm saying? All my single ladies. All my independent women, and those they sound good, and they call it empowering. No, that's ego building. You see what I'm saying? That's not empowering. That's ego building. That's division. That's selfishness. Has nothing to do with family and culture. Because the thing about it is this. Check this out. Anything that's designed to be independent is designed to function by itself.
And humans are not that.
So when you speak, I'm independent, what you're saying is, I'm designed to be by myself. And oftentimes you are.
I hear you.
You see what I'm saying?
We supposed to be talking about dancing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get off. I'm sorry.
Dancing.
Sorry. My nerd side come out sometimes. I'm sorry.
We dance together.
Yes.
My nerds start come out sometimes. I had this stuff in me. Sorry, y'all.
No, and you don't have to apologize because as we talked about in the first segment, it's all related.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It's all related. And with you teaching the youth and you teaching empty nesters and you teaching the middle age, like you teaching everybody so they can come together.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And in those moments where, mom and dad not too busy, this is a family thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it definitely can be a family.
And we actually have one of our families that come all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Martins.
The Martins?
Yeah. All of them competing.
Hey.
Mom
ones.
and dad competing and little girl competing in ISTC.
Nice.
All of them.
That's cool.
But we hadn't gotten back to the youth yet. We're trying to, we were doing that with the HISD.
Right.
And when COVID shut down, it just we just never got going again. And in all honesty, I hadn't had the energy. I've been lazy. It's on me.
Well, you getting the parents and you getting grandparents, so that's a good start.
Yeah. I'm really hoping that one of them people in class step up and take over the youth division.
Oh, it look like you throwing hints.
Oh, I don't mind.
Anybody in class
look like you throwing hints.
I don't mind.
Anybody in class out there that would like to take over the kids, we have my full support.
Now, after they do all this dancing, they learning the moves, they doing different styles, how do you make sure they take care of their bodies? Because I know sometimes when I'm finished dancing, my feet hurt.
Okay, now, I have massage boots.
Me too.
Okay.
I have massage boots at home. They, they press on you. They do the press on the feet and stuff. Oh man, those are wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Compressions.
Yeah. I sit up with them on and just relax and watch TV.
Okay. And somebody recommended compression socks. What do you think about that? You think that might? Because that's supposed to help with circulation in the limbs and more in the feet specifically.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I do compression socks like if I'm traveling overseas.
Yeah.
I do compression socks, but I don't know outside of that.
Go get your massage.
Yeah. Okay.
They let the special one,
Cool.
special person massage your feet or something.
Yeah.
And then what about shoes? You can dance in any type of shoes?
No,
You recommend dancing shoes?
no.
Hard no, ladies and gentlemen. Hard no.
No, because of a lot of the movements that we're doing. We're doing a lot of turns, especially as you start to advance. You're going to be doing a lot of turns and even spins and things of that nature. So you want something that you can pivot on the floor in, something that's not going to stick to the floor like a tennis shoe. Rubber is designed for traction.
Right, exactly.
So when you're trying to turn or spin or something like that and your feet are sticking to the floor, that's not good for your joints.
Right.
So you want something like a dance shoe. Like I don't really buy dance shoes anymore. I kind of make my own now. They have this suede you can buy with like 3 adhesive, and you just cut it out, put it on some shoes you like. So
Nice.
I got like boots and tennis shoes and all that kind of stuff, and I usually bring them in my bag And I change shoes while I'm dancing, and then when I leave, I take those dance shoes off, put my regular shoes on, because you don't want to walk outside with that felt or that suede bottom, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it reminds me of the ballers. The ballers don't
That's
walk outside with their
basketball shoes on that you're going to play on the court.
Nope.
That's right.
I had to learn that the hard way. I was fussing at myself. Stop going outside in slides. He was like, Mom, I'm not wearing my basketball shoes outside.
Right, because it's for that surface. Mm-hmm. It's for that surface. And this is the same thing with dancers. You see dancers come in with them bags, they got the shoes in there.
Yeah.
And bring multiple pairs.
You know, especially
multiple pairs.
Especially ladies. If y'all got, because some of y'all have some specialized shoes with all kinds of heights and buckles and all kind of stuff on it. And, you know, y'all don't want to mess those up. You know, especially dancing or whatever, you know, you get a couple of scuffs and you don't want to do that. So bring your dance shoes or something that you good moving around in, they're comfortable, you know what I mean? You got your nice felt or suede, you know, bottom, and you can really glide and move and stuff like that. And then after you finish your night, put your cute shoes back on
and walk on
to the car.
Now, I see people put powder on the floor. Tell us what that is all about.
Okay, it's called floor wax. Well, the right kind is called floor wax. Some people use baby powder, which in my opinion is utterly useless and outside of getting dust on your shoes. Okay.
And messing up the suede.
Right. There's what's designed for dance floors called dance floor wax. It's a powder. And you need very little of it. And what it does is, like, if the floor is a little stiff or sticky, you put the dance floor right, you sprinkle that down, and it gives it a smoother surface to where, you know, you can glide a little easier. Nice. Now, you don't want to get too much of that on your foot, because you'll be dancing on ice. Slipping.
Mess around and fall.
Yeah. But yeah, it's called floor wax. Dance floor wax. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then I want you to talk about the music choices, because some people get a idea that this type of dance is only old school music.
Right. Used to be. Now, when I first started, it was mostly old schoolers. Okay. So quite naturally, the music is old school.
Right. Because that's the people that was dancing to it.
Right. You know, and it wasn't a lot of younger people in it at that time. So the music was old school, a lot of mid to slow tempo, and I learned to dance to that. I am part of that hip hop generation, so I wanted to hear something a little different. So people in my age demographic, that new generation that was coming in, started listening to like more R&B, more modern R&B and hip hop. Okay. Because it's all rhythm, it's all beats, it's the style of the type of music. That's it. And we started dancing to more up-tempo stuff, things to that nature. So it was like anything, it just progressed. You know, it just progressed. You know, it went from old school, which we still dance to old school.
Yes.
We
but
still
now
dance
you have some more modern stuff.
Yeah, modern stuff, some smooth stuff. We dance to hip hop.
Now and this is one of the smooth songs.
Oh yeah.
That he sent me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And this is Cleo's song.
Oh yeah.
And I played her while we were on the break, and this is When I'm in Your Arms.
Yes.
Yo, this piece.
Yes.
Is so sexy to me. Like
smooth.
It's smooth.
The music.
And you can see how the flow can be in motion.
Oh yeah.
With this piece right here. So how do you pick your music when you are thinking about what you want your students to dance to?
I teach on slow music.
Okay.
I teach on slow music because what it does is it gives everybody an opportunity to process the movements, to process, you know what I mean? Because if I'm playing fast music and you're trying to process new stuff real fast, it's not going to be as effective as me. Let's go slow. 1, 2, you know what I mean? You have time to process. And it's like anything else. The more you understand it and the more you get a grasp of it, you can increase tempo.
Okay.
You can increase tempo. But I teach at a slow tempo. But when we dance,
You can do, you can play with it.
Any tempo you want, when
Okay.
you actually dance, but it's about getting it. And my purpose, I try to set my class up to where it's designed so we can maximize learning.
Yes, through the repetition.
Yes.
Repetition,
Repetition.
taking our time. Repetition, taking our time. Repetition, taking our time. It's not a rush. It's not a rush.
And I like that. I like that.
Right,
Yeah.
and I really try to. I like to spend a lot of time with my guys. And the reason I spend a lot of time with my guys, because a lot of instructors, they spend all their time with the women. The thing about it is the dance comes through the lead.
And the lead is the male.
Exactly. So that's not to say neglect your follows.
Right.
But I need to invest a lot of time in my lead so that they're able to properly, effectively lead their dance.
Yes.
And be confident in what they're doing.
Right.
Confidence comes through knowledge.
Yeah. And preparation.
Exactly. So if I'm able to properly educate my guys and they know what they're doing, you know what I mean? And they know where they want to put you at. They know where they want to lead you, and they can tell you, hey, I need you here. I need you there. Hey, I'm trying to put you in this, da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can be more confident in what they do. Not only that, they're able to provide you with a better dance.
Yes.
And we always want a better dance.
All right, now we're about to wrap it up. We only got a couple minutes left. I have really enjoyed talking with the both of you.
It's been
And
nice.
before we sign off, again, I want y'all to leave your social media, how they can get in contact, upcoming events, all that good stuff, and what you have.
All right, so y'all can find me on Facebook, FlowMotionHouston.com, FLO-MotionHouston.com.
No W.
No. And then, of course, on Twitter, we have Flow Motion, FLO, no dash, Motion, HOU, Flow Motion, HOU, on Twitter. Okay, and on Instagram, we're FLO_motion_Houston. That's on Instagram. Of course, we teach at Shape Community Center. On Saturday morning, we just started a new class, so we won't start our next new class until February. And of course, we have our dance every second Friday of the month. Every second Friday of the month.
At the studio.
At the studio at 288 and Holly Hall. 288 and Holly Hall. Okay, so, and of course, you can come out. If you've never been to a dance event, if you've never been into a real dance event where people actually dance, this is where you want to be.
Yes.
This is where you want to be because the tables are empty. People on the floor.
That's right.
And it's BYOB?
Yeah, BYOB, BYOF. We usually have a food truck, something like that outside. You can get food. And it's $15 to enter. And, it's a good time. Yeah.
With good people.
Good music. You'll hear music like your DJ is playing.
Right. That's my DJ.
That's right. You'll hear music like your DJ is playing. It's real smooth, real sexy. But then we get down too. It get hyped.
Yes.
So you allowed to hear some Drake, yes. So it goes hard.
Yeah, because they dance to it all. Everything. And
Yeah.
that's the most amazing thing that I've been seeing is that, because in my mind, I'm thinking you can only dance to a certain type of music, but you can dance to just everything.
Yeah. Generational. Thing about it is generational.
Yes.
That generation danced to their music. Our generation danced to our music. And the next generation will dance to their music.
But the steps go with all of it.
And it's important to keep it going.
Yes,
Keep
it
it
is
going.
important to keep it going and keep it
Yeah.
moving.
That's what it's about.
Well, thank you. I am going to sign off. I am your host, Mami Wata Flow. You are on allrealradio.com, and we will see you all next week. Thanks for joining us. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.